Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 1 of Guarding the Globe. Now, as you know, Guarding the Globe was another spin-off from the whole Invincible comic book series, and yeah, I've also been watching the Invincible TV show online, and I know obviously writers and even sometimes making a TV show counterpart will take some creative liberties. And yeah, the cover mainly has characters like Outrun, Japandroid, Kid 4, Shapesmith, as well as Bulletproof as Invincible. And the story starts off with Brit and the other heroes taking on the Magmamites. And we see how one character, known as Japandroid, analyzes and see where these kind of magna creatures are fascinated with the kind of metals and all that. So of course gets them distracted, and even Japandroid has Kid 4 basically bust a water tower, basically calling them off. And obviously, yeah, after kind of wrapping everything up, Brit has to kind of go back to his family, and we see a character who hasn't appeared in the TV show yet, known as Miss Popper. And we see how she teleports Brit to the family house, and yeah, it turns out Brit's son is on the autistic spectrum. And we even see how the doctor points out that, yeah, autism is kind of like can range from different varieties. It's just like not too sure how serious his son's autism is, and even tries to reassure them that it's not their fault. And yeah, sometimes people are trying to figure things out still. We see how in Hong Kong, Best Tiger as well as Kaboomerang end up kind of bonding together. And keep in mind, since yeah, Best Tiger's supposed to be Deadshot, he's supposed to be Captain Boomerang. And after making it to a sort of shady place, we see how, yeah, Kaboomerang realises that Best Tiger took him out to help go on a mission, saying, "You brought me here on a bloody mission? I am Best Tiger always hunting." And we see how, yeah, at Brit's house, we see how Donald and him are playing catch, but we kind of see how they're talking about their experiences, and Donald basically having been brought back in an android body, saying how he is getting used to it, but still misses the things that he did enjoy. But we see how they realise they have to go on another mission and do a whole report thing. And we see how, yeah, Bulletproof as Invincible meets up with Outrun and that, and we kind of see how everyone gets together for the briefing at the United States Pension, with obviously, yeah, Cecil saying, "Good morning. Cecil, you see these sad little walls of fried dough?" And we kind of see how everyone gets ready for the whole briefing of the current missions and all that. And yeah, we are introduced to basically Rudy, who obviously has kind of started to grow a bit of a goatee and so forth. And obviously has to kind of point out everything that's been going on with characters like Japandroid, Kid 4, as well as Knockout. We kind of see how they mention about Best Tiger and Kaboomerang, and we even talk about, yeah, everything that's been going on with Best Tiger's operations in Hong Kong. But we even see how he points out about one known as Al Chupacabra taking down a bike gang in Mexico. But we kind of see how Brit's furious about this, that yeah, he's kind of back on the hero gang. But this definitely mirrors where I think Mark and Cecil had the same discussion. But of course, Cecil knows that some of these heroes have kind of those, these depends on the situation, but of course doesn't want to hear it and leaves off in a huff. We see how, yeah, one of the sort of the sort of henchmen show up to meet up with their boss about everything that's been happening with Vest Tiger at Hong Kong. And we see how obviously Britt is talking with his wife Jess about their son, but of course, unlike Britt, who can take it like a trooper, Jess is obviously trying to make sense if her son will ever have a normal life. But we also know Britt has to kind of see this as another sort of opportunity to help show him the right way of understanding things. And we see how in North Korea, after the death of its previous leader, his son basically takes over and has to kind of take his tombstone into the sort of forbidden temple where he meets a dangerous supervillain, and even saying, "Your father despised me, but don't make the same mistake," and obviously ending the story. So I think, in my opinion, issue 1 of Guarding the Globe is kind of okay. Like I said, it's not going massively big, it's not having some big epic adventure storyline, just something basic and simple. Not the best, not the greatest, but it still deserves thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, comic book reviewer here, signing out.